Welcome to Storytales, where love for pets meets the pursuit of dreams. I'm Penny.
I'm Ray.
Here, we will be unleashing our passion for pets and share our thoughts and experiences as we journey through our lives as pet and business owners.
Today's episode, we will be highlighting some do's and don'ts with your baby and your pet.
Alrighty, let's dive in and make some positive waves. So, hi Ray. I see you are still wearing the same shirt as last time.
Yes, because I got no time for laundry.
Sounds like motherhood.
Yes, just about. The only time I will do my laundry is my baby clothes.
No, oh my gosh. So I know you've been busy being a mom, and so now it's been a good few months of you being a mom. What are some do's and don'ts you would say you recommend? Or actually, let's start with the don'ts. Like, what don'ts do you think we should keep in mind when handling babies and pets?
The don'ts. The first thing is don't shove your baby to your pet's face.
Yeah, makes sense.
Yes. Do you want to know a crazy story from my friend?
Okay, what happened?
So he has twins.
Twin babies.
Yes, he got a twins baby and he was so excited. He was like, I'm going to show my twin baby to my best friend, which is a pit bull.
Okay. So basically, he put two twins to a pit bull. That's like literally bullying a pit bull.
Yes, basically, he was holding two baby in his arm because he's a strong man, so he can do that. And he just shoved it.
Wow. And what was the reaction of the pit bull?
The people got scared. He doesn't know what to expect because he did not do any preparation. The people did not smell any baby scent before he got home. So he just witnessed two unknown items in front of him, and then the baby saw him, start crying, and the crying sound terrified the pit bull. Bark very loud and then terrify baby even more.
Wow.
So it become like a disaster.
Yeah, that's
going home.
Yeah, that's very interesting. Like, you don't really think about it, right? Because a lot of new parents are excited.
Yes.
You know, like I've seen people who have even not just new babies, but new pets who are super excited to show the other pets, and you just shove into your face or their faces, and the reaction's bad.
Yes. So you know how that feels.
Yeah, definitely. In a sense, it's almost like it's common sense, but you just don't think about it at the moment, you know?
Because people get super excited, right? It's like you are full of joys.
Yeah.
And plus you want that happy Hallmark pictures.
Yeah, that's true. That is true. I think that is something, we should take a step back, think about it before you do it. How about, is there any other, don'ts?
The other one would be hygiene issues.
Oh, gosh. I see where this is going.
I mean, of course, you're supposed to take care of your house clean, especially you have pet owners as well. Keep the litter box clean, that kind of thing. But when there's newborn baby, you have to make sure you have a clean environment. And my nurse, before I was coming back home, she told me please don't let your pet get into a hobby to play with your baby items.
Yeah.
Because they will want to, do that because they are curious of what those items are. And once they touch it, you have to clean it. You have to wash them thoroughly.
Yeah, it makes sense.
Yes, for example, one of the things they like to play the most is pacifier.
No.
Because it's kind of like the chew toy they have, right? The textures.
Yeah.
And would you want to suck the pacifier from your dog's
I mean,
mouth?
whether it is dog or human, I don't want to be sucking on a pacifier that someone or some dog or cat chewed on.
Yes.
No, and your baby can't say no to you. Like, hey, mom, don't feed me that,
And also your newborn is so young, they are still fragile.
Yeah.
They probably don't have enough immune system to fight over whatever bacteria that your dog has or your cat has.
Yeah.
So this is one big no-no. And the other one is that don't try to put away your baby food.
Yeah.
Including your baby formula. I mean, I feed breast milk to my babies. Can you imagine I just pump up my breast milk and then bagel knock over my breast milk.
Oh gosh. Yeah, well that's work for you and that's a waste, right?
Yes.
Like your poor baby is like my supper.
Yeah, and another thing is like a lot of people also have misassumption that cat can drink milk.
Yeah, like they actually don't, you know,
Yeah, they can't.
And like you don't want them having diarrhea or a bad
Yes.
stomach, especially like your latte, right? He has a sensitive
stomach, yes.
Yeah.
So if for some reason they get to the formula, most formula is like milk based. So that means your cat might get allergy and then they might have diarrhea. I don't know if dogs can drink cow milk or not.
It's not recommended because like if it's too much protein, I know from my experience with my dogs, if their diet has like way more protein compared to like mix of carbs, they will have diarrhea.
Okay.
And so that's why whenever I make food for my dogs, there's a good portion of carbs and proteins and fiber and stuff. But yeah, definitely cannot just feed them straight up like milk either.
Yes.
Yeah, like it's okay. It won't kill them to lick it, you know, but like you don't it shouldn't be part of the diet. Yeah.
Yeah. And like I say, I don't have time to do my laundry because all my time have been washing the baby bird clothes.
Yeah.
That's the thing it run out in my house the most.
Yeah.
So for example, I have been seeing latte like to sleep on them.
Oh.
I don't know if it's a texture or because the size just about right. Because he's a tiny cat. He can fit on entire sheet. Oh. So whenever I see him like touch any of my bird clothes, I will just dump it into the laundry bins because I don't want, you know, my baby to interact with like unnecessary
bacteria. Like it's like people say you're supposed to expose your kid to some bacteria to be immunity. Yeah. But it doesn't mean you gotta like go out of your way to like rub every bacteria on them, you know?
Slowly.
Yeah, exactly.
Yes.
So I mean, in general, like you just want a good hygiene. Like that's how people get sick and stuff like that too. It's not just babies, right? Humans too. Yes. And if you get sick, you're gonna get your baby sick, right?
Exactly. And be sure like vacuum your house more often than you can. Because with all the fur around the house, I'm pretty sure it's not gonna be nice. Yeah. Even though you don't have allergy.
Yeah. But you don't want to breathe that in, especially when your baby's so tiny and their nose are so tiny and
can you imagine if their nose is full of
hair? Yeah. Especially when they have no control since they can't even use their hands properly. Yes. Or blow their nose. You know, you gotta suck that out of them. So
yeah, so that's why I meant like this is something that is so easy to take care of, but people tend to overlook. It's like common sense.
Yeah. Yeah. I just feel like there's a lot of like things like, you know, you gotta pay attention to, have more patience and just use some common sense knowledge to make sure, you know, you are like taking care of not just your baby, but your pet too, right? And having that balance is interesting. Like, I think I remember you mentioning once to me, like, people, how'd you say, like, people choose to like have pets like with their baby. How was that?
Yes. So that's also from one of my friends.
Yeah.
He has ideas that it would be awesome that if his baby can grow up with a pet.
Oh, man.
So he decided to get a puppy and a baby at the same time.
Oh, my gosh.
And by the way, he has a cat in the house already. So there is already like a little cat in the house.
Oh, my gosh. Okay, before we get into that story, would you say it's better to have your baby first and have pets, or have your pets first and have your baby?
I think either way should be fine. You just have to have, for example, if you want to have dog or cat first, get it. Yeah. But you have to, you know, discipline them first, train them right. Yeah. So they understand your cues and they know how you communicate with them. Yeah. And you can also choose a baby first, right? But wait until they are toddlers so they can understand you. Like, because sometimes how they handle their animals is very uncomfortable for your pet. So when your kid is old enough, they can understand, like, for example, I don't think my cat would like my baby to like pull their tails. And if you do that, you know, the cat is going to bite you to pretend themselves. It's not really the cat's fault. And you need to be able to teach your kid like, hey, don't do that. That's how you get hurt. If it's an infant, I don't even know how you can communicate with your infant about that.
That's very interesting. Like, so it just, I really agree with that because it's like you have to establish grounds with either your pet or your baby first before you can actually introduce one or the other to each other.
Yes.
And when you talk about like, let's say if you did go the baby route first, right? Like kind of going further on what you were saying, maybe the baby also needs to develop like a good sense of what's happening too, right? So they have to be a little bit older, not like, oh, a newborn, you want to
no
you just
At
have a
least
pet too, you know?
probably like 2 years old, 3 years old would be good.
Yeah, like when they can understand things. Yeah.
And they can express their feeling.
Yeah, they can actually say mommy and daddy or something, you know, like.
And I do agree that, you know, children growing up with pet would be better because you teach them about responsibilities, right?
That's true.
And
maybe
also
even
empathy.
Respect. Yeah, and respect for animals.
Yes. Like you can show them like how to take care of your animals, and that is learning the responsibility.
That's true. It gives them like that experience of how to take care of something, right?
Yeah. Like now I cannot wait for my baby to get older so he can take care of the litter box.
Get ahead of yourself, right? You're like, oh, the chores.
I know. Or what? Do the laundry for me.
Oh man.
Hey, it's a machine. You just need to touch the buttons.
Poor baby N. Interesting, yeah. But I mean, you right now you're experiencing the opposite side, which is having a cat first.
Yes.
And you've had your cats for a little bit, so at least your cats understand you when you're saying something, right?
And I also know their behaviors.
Exactly. You understand how they move about and how they react to things, so then you can use your knowledge to mediate between the baby and the pets.
Like you don't want everyone to be a stranger to you.
Yeah.
Like right now, my baby is my strangers.
Yeah, that's true. Like he's the new person in the family. Yeah.
Like I'm still learning his cue, like his behavior, but at least like, you know, I understand what bagels feel, and so I can try to make the situation better.
Yeah. Honestly, I don't understand what your baby's feeling because he was just looking at me earlier with like weird face, sad face, and then laughing at me. I'm just like, man, this baby got lots of emotions.
Maybe he's mocking you.
I think so. I think he's making fun of me. He's like, look at her.
But I think it's too small to do that.
Yeah, that's true. You're right. Okay, so going back to that story about your friend, you said that he decided to have a baby, a newborn, as well as a puppy at once.
Yes.
Like, tell me
it was a Labrador too.
Wow.
So it was one of the gentle, easy.
Oh, wow. Okay, it's a gentle, easy, but it must have been a nightmare still.
It was.
Because, like, now you're juggling a newborn and a puppy, trying to get both of them situated in the household.
He was juggling with a crying baby nonstop. And then the puppy is always hungry. Is that true that Labrador always eat like goldfish? They don't know when to stop.
Eat goldfish?
No, eat like goldfish.
Oh, eat like goldfish.
Yes.
Eat goldfish? I've never heard of a dog eating a goldfish, but eat like a goldfish nonstop. I mean, puppies in general
are like that.
They want to grow. You know, they're growing, so they're hungry and they're active. They burn a lot of energy, which makes sense why they're always hungry. Like my dogs, like Maltese, are a little easier because number one, they're tiny. You know, they're not big. And then if it's a big dog, usually most big dogs are hyper, you know, most of them are. And so the more hyper they are, the more energy they burn, the more they want to eat.
Yeah, so he was having a hyper puppies in the house.
Yeah,
as
that's
you
normal.
can imagine what kind of disaster he had. So the puppy always wanted attention. He would bark, and he also get interested on the baby, so he would get so close and then get into baby's face, scare baby. That's why the baby is always crying nonstop. And then this had been going on for like at least 2 months.
So what made your friend decide to do that? Like he just thinks it's a great idea because
he really thought it was a great idea. He think everyone can grow up at the same time, and then to make because he wants his kid to have strong bond with the puppies.
Do you think it's because social media makes it so
I really
easy?
think so.
Yeah.
Like all those Hallmark movies.
Yeah, or like those, even social media, you see like, oh, puppy growing up with a baby, like they sleep together all cute and whatnot.
The social media for you.
But they don't show you all the hardships. They just show you the cuteness,
Yeah, they don't show you the struggles, that's for sure. So that's why he does that. And yeah, I remember he was like calling everyone, and then he even think about maybe he should rehome his puppies because he was very strong. And then his wife wasn't happy with the arrangement. And by the way, both of them are also working, right?
Yeah.
And when their paternity leave ends, that's when they need to make a decision if they want to keep the puppies.
Yeah.
Or not. Of course, you have to keep the babies, right?
Yeah. I mean, of course, you have to keep the baby, but I hope they kept the puppy too.
Yeah, they did. At the end, I did. But this is my first deal. Go ask for help. Like, that's what you need. Like, he decided to ask for his, brother to help him with the puppies. Because at least that someone can take away one of the issue from the house. Oh, by the way, I also didn't mention, the puppy was also not getting along with the cat.
Oh, he had a cat too.
Yes, the cat was the original.
What was he thinking? So the real victim here is the cat.
Yes, there's a
poor cat.
So the puppy is always in the baby's face, always in cat's face. And baby, they are so small, they are helpless. So there's nothing they can do other than cry.
Yeah.
And for the cats, they attack. Oh. So they always...
Yeah, if they're in danger, they're like, whack, whack.
Yeah, they like, hiss at the puppies, scratch at the puppies. And during that time, he really thought he had to get rid of the cat too because he didn't know his cat is so aggressive. But he has a domestic short hair, those like lab cat, calm. And a lot of people keep telling him, it's your fault for your cat to behave that way.
Yeah.
Because you did not just introduce a baby to him, you also introduce a puppies, and those two together are not just not right.
Yeah, they're different, and especially cats are way more sensitive than dogs. Like dogs are, happy-go-lucky most of the time, right? But for like cats, it's like, what is this? Am I in danger?
Yes.
So yeah, your friend definitely did not consider your cat.
So let's also don't get a new pet while you have a new baby.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, I mean, unless you feel like you're super mom or dad, you're able to take it on, but like...
Or your house is so big, you can quarantine.
You can divide and conquer.
Yes. I quarantine the puppies, quarantine the cat into another...
Oh my gosh, that's interesting.
Yes.
Yeah.
Because all they need is their own space.
Yeah, they just need to get used to their own aspect, and like basically you have to establish like the grounds in the house with each, right? Like even with me, like when my dog gave birth to, when Yuffie gave birth to Buffy, and I had Simba was like 1 year old, and then like when the baby gave birth, Buffy is not that far apart in age, and so like even like with two like still puppy-ish dogs, it's hard to like have them grow up together and train both of them, establishing grounds with them, right? And so I can't imagine someone trying to establish grounds with a cat, a dog, and a baby all at once.
All different breed.
Yeah, because...
Oh, not different breed. Different
breed.
species.
Species and breed.
Species and breed, yeah.
Yeah, it's interesting now that if you think about it that way. Like, it's complicated, especially you're trying to adjust your mind to like help each one, you know? Like,
and you only have 24 hours. Like, who do you attend first?
You gotta be a full-time mom or dad. Like, no job, nothing, full-time.
Well, I did take a leave, remember? But
but it's not enough time.
It's not enough.
That is very interesting. Honestly, like, I'm very proud of your friend, though, for not abandoning, you know, his puppy, even though the time was difficult. Because...
Or not abandon the cat.
Or abandon the cat either, yeah.
He really thought the cat got possessed.
Wow. What do you mean by possessed?
Because the cat was attacking all the time. And also, whenever the baby cried, he would make the hissing, growling sound.
Yeah, he thinks that he's a problem.
Kind of like the cat in the horror movie.
Yeah. I'm glad your friend persevered on that. And, and did not, you know, abandon any of them. Because in reality, a lot of people abandon.
Okay, let me ask you a question. If you are him, will you abandon any of them?
No, I wouldn't.
Why if you have to abandon one?
I would not ever abandon them.
Okay.
Like,
not even the baby?
I will take your advice, Ray, as your first do is find help.
Oh.
You know, I will find someone to help me.
Not even a baby?
I'm not gonna abandon my baby. Shoot. Man, if I abandoned my baby, I'd be canceled here.
I know.
And not that I have a baby, but I only have fur babies. But yeah, like, yeah, I'm proud of your friend for not abandoning his babies.
Yes. That's why don't afraid to ask for help.
Yeah, it's sad. Like, I've witnessed people like just dropping pets off in the middle of nowhere, and it's sad. And in some states, I believe, like, they can get fined for that, like for animal cruelty.
I think California is one of them, right? You told me about
I think so. But, you know, just check. I mean, you don't even have to check, and just do not do anything. That's cruel, you know?
It's alive.
Yeah, imagine you getting thrown into the middle of nowhere, being hunted by coyotes and whatnot, you know? Like, that is not a situation anyone wants to be in, you know? Like, if you really cannot handle a pet, seek help, figure out who can help you, and maybe find better solutions, find a better home for them. You know, it's okay to find another home. You just don't want to abandon them.
Yeah. But good news is that he finally had that happy...
Oh, the happy hallmark?
Yes, happy hallmark.
I would love to see a photo. Maybe let's invite him sometime to like talk about this story.
Yeah, his brother helped him to train the puppies. Yeah. So he trained the puppy before he sent the puppy back home.
Wow.
So the puppy was staying with his brother for like, I would say at least like 4 months. Oh, wow. So he learned all the tricks, learned all the behaviors.
So he's a superhero brother.
I mean, he's a single person. Yeah. He doesn't have a lot of, you know, busy activity like him because he's a, you know, new dad.
Yeah, he's a new dad.
So that's why he's able to help him with that.
Yeah.
So when the puppy is back home, he knows he cannot be all those, like, been doing all those crazy things to the babies anymore. That's why the baby are more accepting the puppies.
Yeah. How old is the baby now? Do you know?
I would say he's probably like 5 or 6 years old. Oh, wow.
So it's been a good amount of time spent with the, you know.
So he did have, like, you know, Instagram type of photos.
Oh, yeah, the hallmark, like you said, the hallmark.
Yes, like,
you know, perfect family with their cat and dog and baby.
Yeah, like the baby would be like sitting on top of the dogs and then hugging the cat. But come on, he's like 5 or 6 years old now.
Yeah.
Like, you know, a newborn.
That's awesome. They overcame the obstacles. Yeah, see, if there's a will, there's a way, right? Just a matter if it'll drive you crazy.
Yes.
Oh, any other, like, advice, do's?
Another do is also common sense, but people tend to forget.
Yeah.
It's like to be patient and to be aware of your environment.
Yeah.
Like, sometimes people are being naive. Like, they will probably leave their pet alone with their babies.
Oh, gosh, that's not a good idea.
Yeah, this is very dangerous, and sometimes it's not animals' fault, right? For example, I heard people like leave their dogs alone with a baby, and then the dog probably knock over the baby on, you know, by accident, not purpose. But you don't know what happened. It might be like your gardener was working outside your house, and then the machine's noise scared the dog.
Yeah.
And while the baby was walking to the animals, and then he just knocking over. Or like, you know, like previous episode, I think I mentioned, like, I don't let my cat, you know, being alone with my baby because he might want to cuddle with baby and he might accidentally like suffocate him without knowing.
Oh, yeah.
So that's why I meant, like, sometimes it's not really a mistake that the animal did. It's just accident. Yeah. So that's why you always have to be aware.
Yeah, you need to be kind of like proactive about the situation and not just think, you know, I'll be fine. Yes. Yeah, that's true. I can see that.
Maybe when your kid is older, like much older, then you can do that. Like you're seeing in like YouTube video, right? Like sometimes there's a toddler biking outside, and then their house cat, like the house cat saved the kid from neighbor's dogs, that kind of thing.
Yeah, I've seen videos where like kids are crawling, and then all of a sudden they fall down the staircase, but then the freaking cat like captures the baby and pulling them back up, like, oh no, don't fall in there.
Yeah, know? Exactly. Like... But then you take so much time for them to get to that stage.
Yeah, that's interesting. Yeah, that's good to point that out, because sometimes we just get comfortable, you know, feeling like everything's the same as usual every day, but there's a lot of things that can be either an accident or even triggering,
Yes.
right? Like environmental elements that may trigger the pet to act differently around the baby and stuff like that. So yeah, always keep that in mind. Don't be too comfortable until, they're at the right age.
Yes. And always be patient.
Yeah.
Not just for your pet, but also for your babies. Because they just come to this world. Everything is unknown. It's not their fault.
Yeah.
That they cry all the time. Because they don't know how to communicate with you. And then it brings stress to you or your animals. And then that lead to another don't punish your animals.
Yeah.
When they make mistake or when they behave badly.
Yeah.
For example, my cat Latte has been making a mess. Like he pee around and he also poop around the house because he wants to show that he's not happy. And at first, I did punish him and he created more mess for me. But, after a few weeks that the struggle, I just decided, okay, fine. I actually consult with my vet to ask what I can do. And the first question they asked me, is there a new change in your house? Because it sounds like he's doing it for the, for his like emotion problem, not for his physical issue. The baby is a new change and it's the biggest change that has been in my house, and he is not happy that he doesn't get the attention that he needs anymore. So that's why he's been creating all the problem for us. And by punishment, he doesn't get it. He doesn't understand why we are being mad at him.
Yeah, because they can't associate that this is a baby that needs your time.
Yes.
And you can't help it.
Yes.
And for you to punish him, he can't tie that together. And so, like, how have you addressed that?
So first, I will have to make a positive, things for him to go back to the litter box. So I will be giving him a treat, so that will encourage him to use the box by himself. And now he actually will meow first. Like he will meow so loud just to get your attention. And then once you look at him, he will start walking to his little box.
Oh, wow.
Because he wants you to see, hey, I'm using a box and now you need to give me a treat.
Wow. He's like, I'm showing off now, so treat me.
Yes. So see, I told you it's better than punishing.
Yeah. Animals are smart, like people need to give them more credit.
Yes.
Like you just got to be patient, positive reinforcements, and just give them a bit more time, even if it's like not you, maybe your husband or some other family member.
Yeah, another thing is that I make sure that one of us have to play with him because no one have been playing with him and he have all the energy inside of him, right? And he really need to release all those energy. Yeah. So we make sure that either I will spend an hour aside to play with that or my husband will do that.
Yeah.
So, he still create mess here and there, but it's much better than before.
Yeah. Well, good thing you don't have two needy cats. You only have one needy cat and one territorial cat, right?
Well, good thing I don't have carpet in my house.
That's true.
Can you imagine?
You're gonna have to rip it out.
Or maybe you will not come here anymore.
Gosh, I know. We're in Ray's place right now.
Yeah.
We always film at Ray's because Ray has a nice place.
Because the bookshop.
Yeah, she has like a whole library of stuff here.
Yes.
Honestly, that was awesome. Like, I feel like I learned a lot about these things for maybe possibly ever introduced,
So when's your...
Never. Not right now. Not never, but...
Never say never.
It's just not in the foreseeable future right now. But yeah, I think that's really important to know. And even if it's not me having a child, someone else having a child and is going through the same thing, I know what to tell them and like what to advise them on.
Yeah, and if you know your friend are struggle, you can also offer your help to them. Yeah. Because sometimes some people are just afraid to ask help from others,
Or they don't even think about it, right? Like they just think I gotta take on my life.
Oh, it's my own kid, it's my own pet, I should deal this by myself.
Yeah.
But no, you don't need to.
Yeah.
Just find someone who are willing to do that for you. Don't force people who don't want to, though.
Yeah. Don't force people.
Yes.
Don't go like, help me.
For example, my father is not an animal person, so I'm not gonna force my father
That's true.
to go deal Latte's problem.
That's true. Only people who are, willing to do it themselves.
Yes.
Yeah. It's true. Well, I think that was amazing, Ray. Thank you for sharing that experience. I think that for now, that concludes our pregnancy series, right?
I don't even know we have a pregnancy series going on.
Well, I mean, the last few episodes we've been talking about it. But if you guys have like questions about this stuff and something that we haven't touched upon, feel free to let us know.
Yeah.
We have a website, omnipetclub.com, if you want to get in contact with us or check out what we have there. We also have our social media channels. You can DM us anytime and we respond. And and our website, it's still Year of the Dragon, so don't forget to check out our products on there. I spent a lot of time on it, and then Ray as well, so we really put a lot of thought into it, right?
And if you know anyone who are beard dragons owners, you can get some gift for them too.
Yeah,
because it's not a dragon, it's a beard.
Yeah, it's a bearded dragon, and we wanted to be a little bit more unique and follow the pet theme.
Yes.
So yeah, bearded dragon fans, check out our website. And so, follow us on our platforms to keep the most update and fun stuff that we post.
Yeah, and don't forget to leave review to us as well. And if you want to share any new ideas, please DM us through our social media, or you can send an email to us as well.
Yep, and until next time, we'll talk to you later.
See you later. Goodbye.
Bye.